next slide, I will present about introduction. The letter credit I of Bank Islam facility is written undertaken by the bank at customer request as a buyer to pay the seller a certain sum of money as stipulated in the letter of credit I, provided that the seller or beneficiary complies with the terms and conditions of the letter credit I. Letter credit I also can be offered under wakalah with ujrah as well as under Murabahah. The LCI facility may be granted for halal and tradable goods and services under trade financing. The Sharia contract or concept applicable for letter credit I has two concepts, which are wakalah and Murabahah. In this assignment, we will more focus of letter credit I of Murabahah. For letter credit I Murabahah, the letter credit Murabahah provided to customer is backed by other trade products such as trade working, capital financing I purchase, accepted bills I purchase, and trade tawaru ITTQI to acquire goods based on cost plus profit arrangement. When apply the letter credit I of Murabahah, we can get total facility amount up to 100 of sales contract or pro forma invoice value. For the tenure, it is depending on agreement between the buyer and seller. For banks, effective commission rate in range 0.1% of letter credit I amount per month, which is subject to minimum 50 ringgit before issuance of letter credit I. The customers are obligated to pay the fee and or deposit the letter credit I amount in their current account with the bank which stated in the documents if applicable. Besides, to issue the letter credit I, they also have major risk, which is payment to beneficiary or acceptance of letter credit I is only upon presentation of complying documents and no verification on quality, also quantity of goods. Bank also will deal with documents only.
Next is the advantages of the product. A letter of credit has a few advantages. One of it, which is that it lets a trade partner trade with unknown partners. Additionally, it aids in expanding one's business to a new international locations. In the event of disagreements, trading partners are able to withdraw from a credit letter which functions similarly to a contract. In addition, an exporter can withdraw funds in accordance with the terms of a credit letter. This financial document is exceptionally gainful to a dealer in the event that a bringing in organization fails. A credit letter requires the issuing bank to pay a seller on behalf of the importer because it transfers the importer's creditworthiness to the bank. A contract can be tailored to meet the needs of both the importer and the exporter. In addition, they can alter the clauses between transactions. The phrase "pay now, litigate later" is used by the court to describe the right to the entire amount. However, there are the benefits using letter credit I from Bank Islam. Firstly, no transit interest charges as payment to seller or beneficiary only upon acceptance of documents. Secondly, no hidden costs. Third, this product provides a platform for both parties to agree trade terms and efficient payment arrangement. Fourth, fax application is also accepted if pre-arranged. Fifth, upon issuance, the Bank Islam will fax you the copy of the LCI for your reference. And lastly, you may also request Bank Islam to purchase the necessary marine cargo takaful on your behalf.
According to the diagrams under Murabahah, Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad will provide a financing facility to the customer or applicant where the customer is given a certain period to make a full settlement of purchase. The bank issues the LC and pays the purchase price to the exporter. Then, the bank, through the documents of title to the goods, buys the state goods and resells them at different price agreeable to the customer. So the new selling price constitutes a markup of certain profit above the original cost price. In this case, the customer is further assisted with a certain grace period in order to enable him to sell the goods to the final buyer. It is also permit him to collect the sales proceeds before he is required to make full settlement to the bank. For instance, a customer engaging either in trading or manufacturing may need to purchase merchandise or raw materials in the course of his business. So the customer therefore requires the LC together with financing over a certain period of time. So Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad can offer him an LC Murabahah facility.
So, the creation of the Global Islamic Bank Network GIBN. The LC is issued by banks or financial institutions, and to ensure the issue and use Islamic letters of credit, you have to provide a global Islamic banking network. This is unavoidable as the LC process is conducted through banks. It is essentially a bank-to-bank transaction starting from the issuing bank and proceeding to the advising bank, confirming bank, negotiation bank, reimbursing bank, and with ECR transaction, the financing bank. Thus, to facilitate the ILC, we are required to create a global Islamic bank network to oversee Islamization of banks involved in the LC, namely the issuing bank, advising bank, confirming bank, negotiation bank, financing bank, reimbursement bank, and also these parties are the major players and working under the auspices of the Global Islamic Bank Network can help the Muslim business community conduct international trade in strict compliance with the requirements of Sharia laws. Then, the creation of the Global Islamic Bank Network (GIBN) is vital to ensure processing of letters of credit within the framework of Islamic legal requirements. GIBN also will control the Islamization of the major party involved in the LC, issuing bank, advising bank, confirming bank, negotiation bank, financing bank, and reimbursement bank. GIBN also protects the ILC from any conflict with the Islamic law.
The most popular kind of financing in practically all Islamic banks is Murabahah. Murabahah accounts for more than 90% of some Islamic banks' total assets. It is a type of selling contract that has been used for centuries in Islamic law, although it differs slightly from how banks operate today. A markup is negotiated between the parties and determined using the seller's cost of purchase in a Murabahah, an older version of a basic sale contract. However, Murabahah, a kind of modern Islamic banking, offers an intriguing example of financial engineering, where a straightforward sale contract was transformed into a viable alternative to bank financing. Since banks are not merchants, when a customer wants to purchase products, the bank does not actually own those assets. Profits to the bank are essentially the difference between the postponed selling price and the purchase price, which was paid in cash. This discrepancy is strongly correlated with market interest rates, which occasionally raises questions about Islamic banking. They are not the same at all. In Murabahah, the markup is a component of the sale price, is determined just once and is then fixed over time. The bank may determine the cost plus pricing in any manner, including by basing the computation on the current LIBOR, even if the customer was in default or late on the bill. Once it is set, it cannot be modified. Although the distinction between the primary and the markup may be made with ease, it should still be an accounting exercise.
5.0 SWOT analysis of the product Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad BIMB. SWOT analysis covers four main elements, which is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. The strength and weakness address the company's internal elements, while the opportunities and threats address the external problems that BIMB face in Malaysia and other foreign markets where it collaborates. The first strength. The firm's strengths are its capacities and resources that it can utilize to design, create, and maintain a competitive advantage in the industry. The first strength is there is no transit interest fees because the seller or beneficiary will only be paid if the documents are accepted. Second, no additional fees. Next, enables effective payment agreements and the negotiation of commercial conditions between the parties. And lastly, Additionally, customers can ask BIMB to get the required maritime cargo takaful on their behalf. Next, we go through the weakness. BIMB weakness might either be the absence of strength or the lack of resources or competencies that are necessary but are not currently available to the organization. Leaders must be certain as to whether the vulnerability exists due to a lack of strategy. The first weakness, the BIMB is reportedly concerned about the high turnover of staff at lower levels. It may result in greater wages in order to retain talent inside the company. Second, supplier loyalty is minimal, given that BIMB history of developing innovative ideas to drive down supply chain pricing. Third, the BIMB business model is easily duplicated by competitors in the saving banks market. So, to overcome these obstacles, the organization must create a platform model that can link suppliers, vendors, and consumers. Fourth, expensive to replace current professionals within BIMB. Since there are a few workers in charge of the BIMB knowledge base, it will be challenging to replace them under the current circumstances. Opportunities. Opportunities are possible areas where the business may be able to find possibilities for growth, earning, and market share. The first opportunities. Less inflation makes the market more stable and makes it possible for BIMB clients to get loans at lower interest rates. Because of this, more BIMB product will be consumed. Second, consumers' migration to higher-end products is a trend that creates a significant potential for BIMB since the company enjoys strong brand awareness in the premium market and because customers have had positive experience with BIMB brands in the lower segment. The business may benefit from it and have the chance to boost profitability. Third, rapid technology advancements are increasing industry productivity and enabling suppliers to provide a wide range of goods and services. This may enable BIMB to make major gains into related products. And lastly, opportunities in the online space by growing consumer usage of online service will allow BIMB to give new solutions to clients in the saving bank markets. The last is threats. Threats are variables that might provide possible risks to a company's business model as a result of change in macroeconomic circumstances and customer attitudes. Threats can be addressed but not eliminated. The first threat, although at the moment, the BIMB is still the leader in product innovation in the savings banks market. Competitors are catching up with the product development. It is up against tough competition from both domestic and foreign rivals. Next, pressures from the competition. As the financial sector's new product launch cycles are getting shorter, players like BIMB have seen increased competitive pressures as a result. Due to the size of its client base, BIMB is unable to effectively address the demand of the narrow markets that disruptors are concentrating on. Next, growing technological proficiency of local businesses in the export industry. For BIMB, the fear of losing IPR is one of the major risks of a partnership with local firms in the export market. In emerging nations, notably China, the legal environment for intellectual property rights is not very robust. Lastly, shortage of experienced human resources. Given the significant staff turnover and growing reliance on creative solutions, business may soon encounter issues relating to talented human resources.
First of all, I will start with the summary. The letter credit eye facility is written undertaken by the bank at customer request as a buyer to pay the seller a certain sum of money, as stipulated in the letter of credit eye, provided that seller or beneficiary complies with the terms and conditions of the LCI. The LCI facility may be granted for halal and tradable goods and services under trade financing. In letter credit I, which is Murabahah, the letter credit I Murabahah provided to customer is backed by other trade products such as trade working capital financing I purchase, accepted bills I purchase, and trade tamaruk ITTQ I to acquire goods based on cost plus profit arrangement. when issues the letter credit I of Murabahah, we can get total facility amount up to 100% of sales contract or pro forma invoice value.